There are surefire ways to know that the science-looking thumbnail or titled video or short that you just stumbled upon is pseudoscience or not. Here is a list of 8 things which you can use to decipher if this science video is pseudoscience or not. This list has a strong correlation with the type of actions narcissists will make, but we are not looking to psychologize these types of channels. It's just an interesting correlation with a possible link. Number 1. They tell the audience that they have proven or discovered something that no other scientist has ever thought of. Bonus points if they consider it very simple. Throughout the duration of their video, they will bring up at least once, but more likely more than once, that there was this simple solution, but because it goes against the mainstream, that people were blind to it, or purposefully pretended to not know because they don't want to be ostracized from the mainstream. Which brings us to number 2. They tell a story about the history of science, never fully explaining where they obtain this knowledge, which historians don't even really know about. And this story explains that somewhere down the line, science was hijacked, or hypnotized, or brainwashed, or that they were all under some shared delusion, which was passed down and just became the norm. This story would suggest that nearly all, if not all, scientists today are wrong, foolish, brainwashed, etc. They, of course, either never had this problem, or they woke up from the brainwashing. Bonus points if their chronology is impossible, like 2 characters born in different eras talking or mocking each other. Number 3. Most of their own backstory, and their research, and even most of the history of science lesson is full of hearsay. Even if the events of the story are true, we are only getting one side of the story, and their argument, usually of why they left academia when they prove that the sun is some solid ball of gold or whatever, is all that we are given, and then the rest of it is just hearsay. Their stories seem to have a God's eye view of events that took place. Number 4. Their solution to the question of life, the universe, and everything will bring about the next revolution in science. And you cannot even imagine the cool technology you will see when their theory of everything finally overthrows the mainstream and makes all the scientists that laughed at them cry. They will never tell you what technology will spring from their ideas. First, because their ideas don't really have the power or function to solve an actual problem, so they can't name a real invention. And at most, they will pick a pretty general science fiction idea like intergalactic travel technology. Number 5. They never actually explain their ideas in such a way that allows others to understand it. This action aligns the most strongly with the narcissistic characteristic, that being, they cannot let the other person get their position better than them. You can see this most strongly if they are being interviewed or lecturing on something to someone, and if the person seems to understand them well, they will always have to throw in extra until they look like they're the best at the subject again. Number 6. While never providing the audience with the proof or discovery they made, or before, during, or after providing a proof that is not at all a proof, while making it seem like it was the greatest thing on the planet, they will then endlessly make fun of the world-renowned scientists and mathematicians. No bonus points if they're making fun of Einstein. They are all bound by some law of nature to mock Einstein. They also fail to understand the purpose of most experiments in mathematical equations. But they typically explain this as the famous scientists misunderstanding their own equations, and that everyone since that day forward just followed along. But they have discovered the true meaning to that equation. Number 7. The comment section is full of people sharing their ideas and explaining how the government is after them for their ideas, and other people cheering on the downfall of modern science, usually while explaining how they left school anywhere between the grades of 3 through to grad school. Number 8. They misrepresent the science to their audience, knowingly or unknowingly, but I think personally, knowingly. They know that their audience does not have the science or math background to properly challenge the gish gollop of sciencey words they're throwing at them. They misrepresent science papers, or, in some cases, entirely make up papers to represent their theory and to explain how the author and or the readers were brainwashed and didn't see the simple idea that they are hypothesizing about. They also have a secret knowledge that no one else knows about, and that they are not willing to share more than a few teasers that they think support their position.